Hey everybody, happy Thursday. Welcome back. In this video, I'm going to talk about the best free software for bookkeepers, specifically bookkeeping business owners. If we haven't had a chance to meet yet, my name is Zach Pasquarello. I started Harrisburg Bookkeeping 6 years ago, back in 2020, and I grew to the point where I had 80 bookkeeping clients, and now I manage 70 bookkeeping clients. The whole goal of making these videos is to help you start and grow your own bookkeeping business. So if you're watching live and if you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment in the chat. And once I get done going through my notes, I'm going to do my best to answer everybody's questions. If you're listening to the podcast on Apple or Spotify and you want to watch the video, I post these videos on YouTube. Same name, same title, bookkeeping expert, Zach Pasquarello. And if you're watching the replay on YouTube and you want to join live, consider joining me live every day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 10 a.m. Okay, let's talk about it. The best software for bookkeepers, entrepreneurs, business owners. I've got 5 on my list that are all free. And then at the end of the video, I'll go over my entire tech stack of everything that I use that's not free. So number 1, Canva. Create graphics. You can even create videos by using Canva, and it is free. There is a paid version. Basically, with any software or any website, there's almost always a free version and then a paid version. The free version isn't bad. It's pretty good. You have a lot of features with the free version. That's what I used when I got started. So I will share in the very beginning when I started making graphics and infographics and flyers, I started with PowerPoint back in 2020. My graphics were horrible, but I didn't know any better. So I was using PowerPoint to make graphics and to put my logo on it and to talk about bookkeeping and QuickBooks. Now I use Canva for all of my graphics. And the cool thing is you can even make videos. Even the thumbnail on my YouTube video, all my thumbnails are all made in Canva. And you can make videos using Canva. Pretty incredible software. It's super user-friendly. Photoshop is kind of hard. Like Adobe is it's super powerful, but Adobe is kind of difficult to use. Canva, super user-friendly, very basic, very easy to use. ChatGPT, obviously. ChatGPT is free, but just like Canva, definitely recommend. Don't be afraid of it. You have to learn how to use it. You're not going to get replaced by artificial intelligence, but instead you might get replaced by people who know how to use artificial intelligence. So don't be afraid of it. It's just like computers back in the 90s. It's just like the internet in the early 2000s. Don't be afraid of it. You got to learn how to use it. You got to learn how to leverage it. ChatGPT, any artificial intelligence, is not a 100% solution. I see all the time people will just copy and paste a social media post or an email straight from ChatGPT and they'll post it, and you can tell immediately. You can tell right away. I would recommend try not to do that. It's pretty obvious, and I don't think it's great for social media marketing or engagement. Use ChatGPT to come up with ideas. Use it as an outline. Use it as a brainstorming tool. Use it if you're in a funk. Use it if you're desperate and you need to come up with ideas. And then once you get the ideas, once you get the outline, then add your human touch to it. I promise you, your marketing content is going to do better if you add some genuine human touch to your post instead of just cookie cutter artificial intelligence, chat GPT, copy and paste. Not a good idea. QuickBooks. Hello. QuickBooks is free for bookkeepers. This is amazing. This is the software that we use. Obviously, you can't make a video about software and tech stack for bookkeepers without talking about QuickBooks. So there's a couple things here. QuickBooks Online versus QuickBooks Online Accountant. Very important. Make sure you sign up as a QuickBooks Online accountant. This will enable you to become a certified QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor by taking the test and passing the exam. But you need to have a QuickBooks Online accountant account. Kind of tough to say. Accountant account. And it's free. It's free for us to use. We can do our own bookkeeping in the QuickBooks Online Accountant account. And then you can also get invited to your clients by sharing your username and password, by sharing your not your password, by sharing your email address that you use to create your QuickBooks Online Accountant account. Share your email address, and other business owners can invite you to their QuickBooks account. So QuickBooks Online Accountant. The cool thing is we have all of the advanced features. So there's different tiers of QuickBooks subscriptions. There's Simple Start, Essentials, Plus, and then Advanced. And we get for free all of the advanced QuickBooks features. Super, super powerful, really great bookkeeping software, obviously. all of my clients, all of my bookkeeping clients are on QuickBooks Online. I don't know anything about Sage or Zero. I don't use it. I've never used it. I don't plan on using it. I am 100% on QuickBooks Online. Okay, two more. And then I'm going to get to a couple more things. But social media, not really software, but it's free and it's super powerful. Social media, TikTok, X, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and there's probably a few that I'm missing. Social media, you have to be on social media if you want to promote your business quickly. If you're more traditional and you just want to do the BNI groups and the in-person networking and maybe, I don't know, have a TV commercial, maybe pay for advertising in your local magazine, maybe send out mail flyers, that could work, but you're going to have to pay money and you're going to have to spend a lot of time going to in-person networking events. I strongly recommend, let me strongly encourage you to promote your business on social media if you aren't already. If anybody's watching this video, it's because you found me on social media. So that just goes to show how powerful social media is. If you're watching on YouTube, let me know in the comments, where are you from? Let's see. I've got some people from South Africa, some people from Asia, some people from Europe. I've got from the UK, Canada, of course, the United States. So let's just see how powerful is social media, how powerful is YouTube and creating content. Let's see where all of my viewers are located. I would not be surprised if there are several international viewers. So let me know in the comments where you are viewing from and just use me as a test of the power of social media. But let me just say, I always say this, social media marketing is not a get rich quick scheme. Don't ever let anybody tell you that starting a business is easy or fast or you're going to make a ton of money in the first year. If anything, chances are you're probably going to make less money the first year of running your business than you did in the previous year of working your full-time job. I mean, of course, obviously, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. If you could get rich instantly, there would be millions of successful entrepreneurs right in your neighborhood. But it's hard. So not everybody can do it. Social media marketing is hard. You've got to be consistent. You've got to be committed to a long-term goal. You got to show up every day. For whatever reason, there are so many haters on the internet, social media, YouTube. And whenever you start creating content, there will be negative people. If I can give you one more piece of advice, don't be afraid to block people who do not support you. If you have people who are constantly nagging you in the comment section of your social media, if you have people who are messaging you inappropriate, nasty things, this is your space. There is absolutely no pressure. If you've got somebody who you don't appreciate the way that you're treating you in your space, then go ahead and block them. I'm a firm believer, obviously, in freedom of speech. People can post whatever they want on their own profile, but if people come into my space on my videos, on my posts, on my social media, and are inappropriate or rude or negative or just whatever that I don't appreciate, I am very quick to blocking people. And if you're brand new in the business social media world, don't be afraid to do it too. Set boundaries. Set boundaries early. This is your space. Own it. Don't let anybody into your space if you don't want them to be there. Now, there's a big difference between somebody just politely disagreeing with you. I'm totally okay with that. If you want to disagree with me, I am totally okay with that, but be polite about it and don't be a jerk. But if you are like blatantly disrespectful and inappropriate and just nasty and negative and mean, then you're going to very quickly get blocked. But sorry, I went kind of down that tangent. I try to keep things positive, but I wanted to mention that really quickly because I do know it's hard. The reason I brought that up is because it's so hard to make content and to put yourself out there. We are putting ourselves out there in the public, and it's really intimidating. It's really hard. So if there's people who are not supporting you, just remove them from your space. I promise you, it'll make you feel a lot better. The other thing is, that's it for that. That's it for social media. You got to be on it. It's free. It's free. You don't need the blue check mark. If you want it, you can get it, but I don't have a blue check mark on any of my social media platforms. I'm sure it would help. It's like what, $8 or $9 a month, but I don't have it. You can get it if you want. Payment processor, not free, but maybe you could potentially pass this along to your customers. So payment processor, we got to get paid as business owners, entrepreneurs. We got to get paid. So how can you do that? By setting up a payment processor. And I actually generally recommend using QuickBooks Online. I think QuickBooks Online is a really great payment processor. We've also got Stripe and Squarespace and probably other ones that I'm missing, but payment processor. You got to get paid for your services, and you can get paid either by ACH or you can get paid by credit cards. And then it does cost money. It's about 1% typically to process an ACH payment, and it's about 3% to process credit cards. Could be more, could be less. You maybe check your local laws. Maybe you could pass that along to your customer. Maybe you could just incorporate that into your cost overall and just increase your prices a little bit. But you need to have a payment processor, and they're typically pretty affordable. 1%, 3% for the convenience. You're paying for the convenience of getting paid remotely, virtually. It's hard for people to just hand us a check because oftentimes we don't go to our clients. So payment processors are another good software for bookkeepers. Okay, now let's talk about everything that's not free. Let's talk about everything that's not free. Okay, let's see. Buzzsprout. So a lot of the software that I pay for is also for my social media marketing. So I have a podcast. I'm sure you know that. I've got a podcast. I pay $39 per month to Buzzsprout to host my podcast. It is what it is. Canva. So Buzzsprout is cool because it posts my podcast to all the different podcast platforms. So I don't really know much about podcasts. Honestly, I don't really do anything special for my podcast. If you're listening right now on my podcast, I really appreciate you, but I literally just take the audio from my YouTube videos and just upload them straight to my podcast. So nothing special. It's the exact same thing, exact same content, but I figured I'm making it anyway, so might as well just post it there. Okay, a couple more, and then I'm going to get to the questions. I promise you I will get to your questions. A couple more. It's actually more than a couple. It's 14 more websites that I use. Websites, software, Canva. So I talked about Canva already. I pay $13 per month for the premium version of Canva. ChatGPT, talked about that already. I pay $21 per month for the premium version of ChatGPT. DocuClipper, this is an interesting one. DocuClipper, it's $39 per month, but I only pay for it when I need it. DocuClipper is kind of cool because it'll take a PDF and it'll convert it to an Excel spreadsheet. This is very specific for my bookkeepers who are watching. DocuClipper, you need to import an Excel spreadsheet into the QuickBooks bank feed for transactions if you're not able to automatically connect the bank account to the QuickBooks bank feed. So DocuClipper is cool because it'll take a PDF, and with DocuClipper, I'd imagine they're going to go out of business pretty soon because QuickBooks now has the feature of just importing, uploading PDFs directly into the bank feed. It's not perfect. It's not great. So maybe DocuClipper could still be a good alternative for now while QuickBooks is working out the tech behind the scenes. Next, freetaxusa.com. So this is for all my business owners out there. If you want to file your own taxes, Free Tax USA is in fact free to file your federal income taxes, to file your 1040 individual income tax return. If you have a 1065 or an 1120S, you can't file that, I don't think, for free on freetaxusa.com, but you can file your personal individual income tax return for free federal, but you got to pay for state. So I think it's like 20 or 30 bucks to pay for your state filing. But yeah, Free Tax USA, really recommend that if you're looking for a very cheap, very basic tax filing software. And also, by the way, I am not sponsored by none of these people. I have an affiliate link for PandaDoc and Submagic, but that's it. All these other ones, I don't get paid to say this. So this is truly just the software, the websites that I use. HostGator. I host my website domain on HostGator. Super, super cheap, like a couple dollars per month, really cheap. Google Suite. I pay $6 per month for my Google Suite. And with that comes Google Meet, Google Drive, my email hosting, and everything else that comes in Google Suite. Definitely worth it. $6 per month. I love my Google Suite. I'm much more of a Gmail, Google guy than I am a Microsoft or Outlook guy. Not a big fan of Outlook. Love my Google Suite, Gmail. And it's my professional email. So it's not like zach@gmail.com. It's zach@zipcapitalfund.com, zach@harrisburgbookkeeping.com. It's all hosted through Google. The interface looks exactly like Gmail, but it comes from my professional domain email. Kajabi. That's where I host my course. So I do have a course for sale. I don't talk about it anymore because I'm not really pushing my course anymore, but I pay $158 per month for my course on how to start a bookkeeping business. That's probably going to go away soon. I'm probably going to stop selling that. I'm probably going to get rid of Kajabi at some point. I'm not sure when. LinkedIn Sales Navigator. I use LinkedIn Sales Navigator. That is expensive. I forgot $127 per month. That's pretty expensive. I made a video a couple weeks ago about LinkedIn Sales Navigator. If you are interested, it's on my YouTube channel. It's a video all about how I use LinkedIn Sales Navigator to get new clients. Microsoft OneDrive. I thought it was $2 per month, but it looks like I'm paying $9 per month. Not sure why. Maybe I paid for 2 years all at once. I don't know. But Microsoft OneDrive, I have all of my files on my computer backed up to Microsoft OneDrive. Definitely recommend that you should have all of your files backed up somewhere. PandaDoc, $242 per year for PandaDoc. Pretty expensive. It's electronic document signing software. I heard that Google has a version of this now. I haven't looked into it, but I use PandaDoc to electronically deliver my documents. Right Inbox, $71 per year. Right Inbox allows me to send recurring emails from my email. I know it might not sound like a big deal, but I actually have 80 emails set up on recurring through my Google Suite using Right Inbox. Super helpful. Squarespace, $19 per month to host my website. $19 per month. That's not bad. Two more. StreamYard, $45 per month. StreamYard, $45 per month to do this live stream right here, to live stream, to have this nice little fancy ticker at the bottom there with Zip Capital offering 8 to 12% fixed returns, and also to stream on multiple platforms at once. I think I'm streaming live on Facebook maybe, and then I'm also streaming live on YouTube using StreamYard. That's $45 per month. And then finally, Submagic. $479 per year just to put captions on my videos. So really expensive, but I do a lot of short form videos on Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube and Facebook. So if you're not following me yet on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn, definitely recommend. The links are down below to my social media channels. Definitely recommend follow me. Okay, that's it. That's it for my software. That's all the software that I pay for every single month to run my bookkeeping business and to do a lot of the advertising and marketing. Now let's get to the questions. Let's see here. Andy Moreno, just to real quick, how can we get in touch to talk about Zip Capital? So thank you for asking that. So before I get to all the other questions, I will just briefly mention this video is sponsored by my investment fund, Zip Capital. I'm offering 8% up to 12% fixed returns to accredited investors. The minimum to invest is $25,000. If you have $25,000 and you want to invest, there's a link down below on my website. You can register zipcapitalfund.com. So go to my website, register on my website, and we can talk. If you want to register right now, I will call you as soon as this video is over and we can talk about you investing into Zip Capital. So here's what I do real quick. I do real estate private money lending. I lend money to Pennsylvania real estate investors so they can buy fix and flips and long-term rentals. I do short-term loans, 6 to 12 months. It's called a bridge loan. So I do short-term funding so they can quickly purchase these fix and flips and then sell them for a profit. I charge them 12% interest plus origination fee, underwriting fee. That's how I'm able to offer 8 to 12% fixed returns to my investors. So you give me $100,000, I'll pay you 9% fixed annual returns, and then I turn around and give that $100,000 to somebody else, and I charge them 12% interest plus an origination fee. So I profit on the spread of the interest and on the additional fees. And then you get fixed returns, and all of my loans are secured by a mortgage on Pennsylvania real estate. So if you want to learn more, register on my website, check out my website down below, zipcapitalfund.com, and let's talk about it. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's get to the questions. I'm going to be going live for like 5 to 7 more minutes. So let's try to get through as many questions as I possibly can. If client a quote or directions to add me as an accountant to their QBO and they don't respond, how long should I wait before following up? 48 hours. 2 days later, call them. Call them and say, hey, just checking in, seeing if you had any questions. If they don't answer, send them a text or an email, whatever they prefer. If they don't respond, call them again next week. 7 days later, call them again. And then if they don't respond, if they ghost you, add them to your tracker, add them to your Excel spreadsheet, follow up with them every single month forever until they respond, until they either say no thanks or yes, please. Continue following up with them every single day. Let's see, SN Ruzi. Morning, Zach. You rock too. Thank you so much. Okay, let's see where everybody's from. Let's see, ET8003, Brooklyn, New York. Tessa Mitchell, Oklahoma. William Rogers, Florida. David, Shippensburg, Pennsylvania, not too far away. Thank you, David. I'm here in Harrisburg as well, so very close. Sal, Boston. SN Ruzi, Chicago. Elizabeth Parker, Fort Myers. Let's see, Natalie, Ukraine. That's awesome. We got somebody from Ukraine watching on YouTube right now. Andy Moreno, Utah. That's so cool. So we have Northern Illinois, India. So we've got at least two people watching. We've got almost 50 people watching on YouTube, but at least two of you are international. So that is awesome. Thank you all so much for contributing and letting us know that. That's cool. Appreciate that. Okay. Good morning. Doing a cleanup. If the client doesn't care too much about the POS fees, the payment processing fees, and the payroll taxes, and I just need to give to their CPA, can we just categorize from their bank feed? They're not in business anymore, by the way. Yes. Chili Davids, yes. Whatever your client wants. Your client is the one who signs the tax return. So we are just an extension of the client. We are not licensed. We are not signing anything. We are not approving anything. We are really just an expert, a specialized office manager. We are just a bookkeeping expert. So we are just basically an office manager who's really good at bookkeeping. That's what we are. So if the client wants you to do something, I am not in the business of forcing clients to do anything. So I will absolutely tell a client what I think is the rule or the law. Like I will tell them like, hey, just so you know, like you want to make sure you're only counting business expenses on your business financial reports. I will let them know about payroll taxes and payment processing fees, but do that, then that's on them. Like if they specifically tell me to like, hey, forget about payroll taxes, forget about payment processing fees, I just want you to do it this way, then that's up to them. And I will do what the client wants me to do. The only thing I would recommend, make sure that you put it in writing. So send them an email like, hey, just based on our conversation today, I just wanted to confirm that I will not be including payment processing fees and I will not be splitting your payroll taxes from your payroll wages based on what you asked me to do. So just get it in writing. That way there's always something to look back on. But yeah, if the client wants to do something a certain way, that's up to them. Natalie, hi, Zach. Thanks a lot for your videos. Do you have experience working with? I do not have any experience working with insurance companies. How do you record income that includes agent commissions? I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't know. I don't have any insurance clients. I'm sorry. Let's see. Next question. How do you handle payroll liabilities? They confuse me when I hear about payroll journal entries. So I do not record payroll liabilities on a monthly basis. The only thing that I've done in the past is if there are payroll liabilities at the end of the year. So for example, let's say you work right from and you get paid every 2 weeks. So if your payment cycle is on the 1st and 15th of the month, then on January 1st, you're probably going to get paid for the last 2 weeks of work in December. So payroll wages would be a little bit more than what they were paid out in 2025 because you're going to receive a payment on cash basis in 2026 from payroll wages accrued in 2025. So the only thing that I've done, and this is usually only if the CPA asks me to do this. So if the CPA says, hey, payroll wages on the W-2 were $100,000, but in QuickBooks, I'm only seeing $99,000. So it looks like we're missing $1,000. So in that example, I will do a journal entry to account for the extra pay liabilities. So I will debit payroll wages on 12/31/2025 and credit payroll liabilities on January 1st, on December 31st, 2025. And then I will reverse that journal entry on January 1st of 2026. So it immediately wipes the liabilities off the books, but it should true up wages on the P&L and match to the W-2. That's the most important part. You want wages on the P&L to match wages on the W-2. Be checking that. The CPA should be checking that and confirming that that is correct. Hi, Zach. Do you record COGS for a bakery? Thank you for the videos. Always inspiring. Sure, absolutely. You could record COGS. So I don't do restaurant bookkeeping. I will just say I don't do restaurant bookkeeping. But if I did, absolutely. If I were to buy bakery supplies, things that went into the cost of goods sold, then yes, absolutely. I would record that as COGS if you're, yeah, for sure. When you started, if you did not know how to do some of their bookkeeping, what did you do to learn? I've always done service, and now I have a coffee business, which means inventory, etc. Don't be afraid to ask the client. If you have any questions, be open, be honest. I would much rather you potentially, like, ask a question and potentially make it look like you don't know what you're doing. I would much rather that happen than instead you continue to not know what you're doing and you do something wrong for the next 6 months, and then they eventually find out after 6 months and they're really mad. So it's always best. Just be honest, be open up front, let them know what's going on, ask questions if you don't know. That's always the best way to go. And then I also recommend try to find a local tax accountant, a local CPA who you partner with so you can refer them tax clients, and then also you can ask them questions if you ever don't know what to do. That's what I did. The CPA should be more than happy to answer your questions if you refer some business over to them. Okay, next question. How do you do your taxes? Do you do them as you would do if working on 1099? You need to file a Schedule C. In your 1040 individual income tax return, you will have a Schedule C with your tax return. And you're going to take your business income, your profit and loss from your business, and record that on your Schedule C in your 1040 individual income tax return. Unless you're an S Corp or a partnership, and then you probably want to consult with the CPA to file your taxes for you. Okay, let's see. Sal. So side note, if you get a 1099, you can also file a Schedule C. If you're an independent contractor, you can file a Schedule C if you get a 1099. You can record your expenses if you're a 1099 independent contractor. Same thing if you're a single member LLC or if you're a sole proprietor, all of them you can file a Schedule C with your 1040 individual income tax return. Hi, Zach. How do you build trust when speaking with a prospect? As bookkeepers, we are asking clients to share their most personal financial information. How do you build trust? Get Google reviews. That's a great way to build trust. Get Google reviews. That way, people can look you up and see that you have Google reviews and you have people who trust you and you have some five-star Google reviews. So get Google reviews. Just be transparent, be honest, have integrity, be a good person. When you're talking to these people, here's the thing. When you're talking to these people are stressed out and they're frustrated and they need help with their bookkeeping. So be respectful, be kind, be understanding, and just offer to help them with their bookkeeping. Offer to help reduce their stress and free up their time. If you can do that, I promise you, you're going to build trust. You don't need to be a CPA. You don't need to have 30 years of experience. You don't need to be a tax expert. You just need to be organized. You need to be able to manage your time, and you need to do what you say you're going to do. If you say you're going to record transactions weekly, do it. If you say you're going to give them their financial reports every month, do it. If you say you're going to reconcile their accounts, do that. If you continue to do what you say you're going to do, you will build trust and you will build a good reputation. Next question. Why not just back it up on the Google Drive instead of OneDrive since it comes with the Google Suites? I don't know. That's a good question. I never looked into that. I guess I could. Next question. How can we get in touch about Zip Capital? So I already answered that, but I will one more time. There's a link down below to my website, zipcapitalfund.com. If you want to invest in Zip Capital, you can register on my website and we can chat about it. Free Tax USA has income limits for the free version and does not have every complicated form. Okay, good to know. Thank you for sharing. You only do investing in Pennsylvania, or can you do in Utah? So anybody can invest in Zip Capital. Anybody who's an accredited investor and a US citizen can invest in Zip Capital. But I only do lending to Pennsylvania real estate investors. So I only give money to on Pennsylvania properties, but anybody from any state in the US can invest into Zip Capital. A couple other people from Georgia, California, Connecticut, Oklahoma, Colombia. Ryan, welcome from Colombia. Thank you so much. Okay, I think that's it. Last person, Sal, makes a lot of sense. Zach, love your content, everything that you were doing for bookkeepers, just starting out. Build another income account as commission. There you go. All right, thank you everybody so much for your contributions. I really appreciate you all joining. I'm gonna keep doing this as long as people keep showing up. I'm gonna keep doing this. It's a big commitment, but I love the participation from everybody on YouTube. So thank you so much for asking questions. This was a lot of fun. I really appreciate it. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to be coming live again on Friday tomorrow at 10 a.m. So thank you all so much. Let me know what you want me to talk about in my next video, and I will do my best to answer everybody's questions. And hopefully, the idea is help you start and grow your own bookkeeping business. So, God bless you. Thank you so much. I will see you all in the next one.